Hello, everybody. This is Jeremiah's mom. This is my channel all about cross stitch and my journey to stitch all the things. My name is Katie. This is Flosstube number 11, and today is Monday, April 7th. For some reason, I have like a year worth of stuff to talk about. So I hope you can grab your stitching and enjoy time stopping by to see what I've been up to. It's been a fun week, full of lots of stitching and lots of fun. If you're new to my channel, like I said, this is a channel all about cross stitch. I like to share my progress. I also like to share a peek into our corner of the world. If you've been here, I think I said if you're new. If you're new, I'm crazy. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I'm glad you can put up with my insanity. The title of my channel is Jeremiah's Mom because I'm proud to be Jeremiah's mom. He seems to make a weekly appearance. He has so far, and we have planned multiple appearances today. We try not to plan too much, but we have to get a general idea of what we're going to do. But then we both admit when we get on camera, we get around one another, we end up scrapping all those plans and we just have fun. So this is definitely a fun channel. I can't say my words right. On a good day, you put me in front of a camera and it's just, who knows what's going to happen. So I have notes, but most of the time I get distracted and can't read them. So we'll see how this goes. First things first, on Tuesday, Stitching by the Shore, Laura did a Zoom. I have done, I think, one other Zoom, but this was the first one I was really excited about, and I had my stitching out. I was ready to go, and I got to meet several other floss tubers, and I wanted to mention them here. Charlie is brand new and she's awesome. It was really neat to meet her. She's new to the hobby and new to Flosstube, but she has 2 videos out. Please go check her out. It's just really interesting to see how someone new to the hobby and what they do and how they, grow. And I like to encourage people like that. When you've stitched for 27 years, you got to encourage the new people. It is really neat. I've noticed with Flosstube that you see a lot of younger people stitching. When I first joined my local Hoosier group, I was the youngest by far. And it's so nice that now I'm not the youngest. I guess that it really makes me feel old. And I'm only 45. But it's nice. I used to think, man, it's going to die out, if it's considered an old lady hobby, it'll die out. But anyway, if I ramble, it's going to be even worse. So Charlie, the Stitching Owl, she has commented on all my floss tubes, and I really appreciate it. It was cute. When I signed in, she right away requested Jeremiah, so I told Jeremiah, see, he's really getting famous. He was requested. Contented Needleworker Kim was also there in attendance. Sticks, Strings, and Other Things was there. She does all kinds of things, hobbies. Really interesting to watch her channel. And It's Only Stitching. And I will put them in the more information below my video. So if you'd like to follow, please check them out. The Zoom was really fun, and I actually got stitching done. I really appreciate Laura for doing it, and I hope we do another one soon. And I'll be on the lookout for other Zooms that are available. I've seen some people talking about them. If you know of one, will you please comment below and let me know, because I really enjoyed it. It would be really nice if it was during the day, on the week, or in the afternoon or something. I've seen some that are available on the weekend, and sometimes our weekends are busy, and that would be harder for me to attend. After all my stitching, which I have a lot to share, I have a fun adventure that we went on Saturday, but I'll explain that all later in the life section, because I know some people are only here for the cross stitching. And boy, there's been a lot of it. So first things after the intro, I guess, this would be like the already 4 minutes in, 5 minutes in. Let's talk about the stitching, which is probably why you're here. So this week we've been doing Springo and monthly magazine challenge. It is a blast. So monthly magazine challenge is from Carolyn and Robin, and they used to do just 2 month-long challenges. January they do Bringo, and in September they do AB Singo, and they decided to do Springo in April for the first time, and it's really, really fun. This is what my board looks like. And the Carolyn will call a letter, not a letter, a number in the evening for the next day. And so the S column has a piece assigned to it, and the P column has a piece assigned to it. So when a number for me gets called under that letter, I work on that project for that day. And you need a minimum of 100 to be able to mark the square. At the end of the month, you get entries into a drawing for how many bingos you have, but only 25 numbers get called. So you might not get a bingo, or you could get a bingo. And it's really interesting. On the other ones, you normally get a full card if you're able to stitch. So this one will be really luck of the draw, luck of the spin, to see if you get entered into the drawing or not. So that'll be really fun. So to try to keep track, on Monday I didn't work on anything. That's my busy day. I do Flosstube and all the editing and getting it posted. Then I do some computer work, and then I pulled out my Springo projects and got them all ready to go, and hopefully in the same area, so I don't have to look for them every day, which is kind of nice. So Tuesday was the first stitching day, and I pulled out Rainbow Dragon. I do not think I've talked about this one on my channel before. Here's what it's going to look like. This is a Pain-Free Crafts. The artwork is Bonita Doodles, and I just love it so much. Look at those colors. The colors are just fascinating. She does her doodling with colored pencil, and this is one of the artworks that she created, and I'm so glad that Pain-Free Crafts got this chart. I started this one in January 1 of 2022. It was released right after Christmas, and I remember I got a whole bunch of stuff for Christmas that year, and then this one came out, and I said, oh no. And so I told my family, I said, sometimes Santa doesn't know that a project's going to come out after Christmas. So I went ahead and got it, and then it was my new year, new start for 2022. Here's where it was before. I had 30 days into it before, and of course, I don't remember the last time. It had been a while since I got her out. I don't have that. See, I always try to talk about something that I actually don't write down. So, anyway, on Tuesday was day 31. I got 101 added, and then I ended up pulling it out again on Friday and got 102 added. So this is 2 days more this week. I am stitching this on a 32 count Lambswool Jobelan 1/1 Complete X. See if I can get it on the nifty little board. And here's where it is now. Look at those colors. Just amazing. And as you can see, I do the parking method. It just works for me. So that's why all the little threads hanging there are. And so this is 203 added this week. Okay. After that, on Tuesday, I pulled out along the nesting boxes because I wanted to finish up the April section. I'm doing this. This is what it's going to look like. It's by Jardin Prive. I broke this one down this month. I always do that. This year. And monthly pieces. Like I said, can't talk right. So I'm doing 2 fence posts and all this stuff in the middle for each month. Here is where it was with just through March added. So since it was the first, I wanted to get the April section added so that I could get that out of the way, because I have so many grand plans of what I hope to do this month. We all know how that goes. So I pulled it out on Tuesday and got 300 stitches added. I pulled it out on Wednesday and got 352 stitches added. Thursday, I got 430 stitches added. On Friday, I got 501 stitches added, and I finished the April section. I am stitching this one on a piece of fabric that you won't get to know about. What am I stitching it on? I am stitching it on a 32 count Platinum Lugana. 2/2. There is the whole thing, which is 5,510 stitches. And there is a close-up on April. April took me 4 days, and it was 1,583 stitches. That little duck is too cute. It was so much fun to stitch on. And the really neat thing about this one is, since I only work on the 2 fence posts, then I put it away until next month. When I pull it out at the beginning of the month, I'm always really excited because by then I can't remember what's next. So it's so exciting to see what I get to work on, what I get to add. And then, you know, it's like I'm all back in love with the piece when it's time to pull it out. So that's really awesome. This one is done for the month. Then back to now Wednesday. Oh, I also used the Along the Nesting boxes for I Spy Challenge and Stitching by the Shore. Number 5 was Can Be Pets. And I said birds can be pets. We had a parrot for just a little bit. And then I realized how annoying they were. And so we got rid of it. But they are very loud. And luckily it found a good home. With me was not where it needed to be. So I did not expect it to be as loud as it was. But they can be pets if you can put up with them. Okay. On Wednesday, I pulled out Mushroom Gnome, which is a Gem Shore Millhill kit. This is what it's going to look like. It was number 31. Springo, I guess I should have said that. The Rainbow Dragon was number 30 for the Springo challenge. This one was number 31. So it was in the G column, which is why it's Mushroom Gnome. You know, no matter how much I do my notes, I still leave something out. So I guess I didn't put that it was for, because Rainbow Dragon is for R. That makes sense. And Mushroom Gnome is for G. Look, I've on my notes, I realized it by Thursday, and I said, hey, to help yourself, this is what you need to know. Here is where Mushroom Gnome was before. This one is on perforated paper using the beads and threads that Mill Hill provides, which is always nice. I did the 100 before putting it away, and this is day 4 on this one. So it was just getting more added to his little beard. Really cool. And if I finish this one, I have 2 more in this set of 6 to do before the whole set is finished, and I'll be forced to buy another set. There's so many cute Mill Hill kits, and there's more gnomes that I actually don't own. If you've noticed, I like gnomes. And this one stays in this cute little emoji bag. I have no idea where I got it. It's just too cute. I really like it a lot. Okay, that was Wednesday. After the Mushroom Gnome, I pulled out the Peppermint Purple Sal. This is what it kind of looks like. I am doing layout 1 in the purple colorway. I've been adding 2 weeks to this one, so this week I added weeks 13 and 14, and then I'll wait a week, and then I'll add 15 and 16. This is where it was before. I had completed the inside, which is all 155, and now it was time to go to one of the outsides, which is DMC 550. This fabric is 32 count Platinum Lugana. And it's black work, so I'm just using one thread. And here's where it is now. There is a close-up. So that was weeks 13 and 14. It took 336 stitches, which in the gaming, on the Facebook games, you divide by 2, so it counted as 168. And it's really looking good. The next 2 weeks go here, and then it was kind of weird. It bounces around quite a bit, but that's okay. So I really love how that one's turning out. And that was Wednesday after Springo. Then I had worked on along the nesting boxes again. So that's what Wednesday was. Thursday was another new piece to my channel. It was Patriotic Gnome Littles by Waxing Moon Designs. This is what these cuties look like. I used this for the I Spy challenge for something silly, because aren't they adorable? They're just little silly gnomes doing little things. Jeremiah is really patriotic, so when I seen this, I knew I had to have it. If I finish this one, I think I also have the winter ones. So it's another one of those things that I need to get busy at. Okay, I had 2 of these finished and 1 started. Here's where I was. I'm trying to do all these on the same piece of fabric, which is a 32 count Platinum Belfast linen. And I have notes. See, I'm trying. I really do try to keep all of this stuff straight. You know what? I'll show you on this. See, even when I try, it doesn't work. Okay, the first one I did was the fireworks gnome. Here he is. He took me 2 days. I thought he was too cute. Then I did the balloon gnome. She took me 3 days. And now I'm working on the celebrate gnome. And I have 4 days into him right now. Now I can't see. Hopefully that's right. And I added 100 stitches before putting it away for the day. And he is my eye project for Springo, because I'm doing them individual. At the end, I'll cut them out. I don't know if I'm going to make cubes or little pillows or what exactly. So we'll see when it gets closer, or it'll just hide away in a box. Unfortunately, a tub. I have a tub full of beautiful things that need to be finished. So, and I had started those in April 26th on Jeremiah's birthday in 2024. So they haven't went too long, but I put them away and forget to work on them for a long time in the middle. So I need to stop doing that. But that's what happens when you have a whole tote of things screaming to be stitched, is, you know, I work on this, I work on that, and something gets missed. So after working on that for the 100, I went back to along the nesting boxes and worked on it more. Then on Friday, I pulled out the rainbow dragon. I already showed her. I don't know why she gets to be a her. I said she looks grouchy, so it's a her. And then that's when I finished the along the nesting boxes, which also finished the growth theme in the monthly magazine acrostic that I'm also doing this month, and I very much enjoy the acrostics. On Saturday, we had a fun adventure out, so it was a busy day, but when we got home, which I'll talk about in a little bit, when we got home, I got 200 stitches added to another new piece that I have not talked about on my channel, which is Forever in Peace by Sweet Wing Studio. This is what it's going to look like. Another patriotic piece. Like I said, Jeremiah is very patriotic, which so am I. So it's a joy to be forced to stitch these beautiful patriotic pieces. I started this one in August 24th in 2022. I had bought this pattern and one other patriotic one for retail therapy. We all need retail therapy sometimes. So 2 patriotic patterns. Yeah, I said that. I don't remember what the other one is. Huh. Oh, well. It'll come out sometime, I'm sure. This one is one of them, though. I am stitching this on 32 count Lambswool Jobelan. Here's what it looked like before. It's another one of those that's so close to finished. If I would just get it out more often. You know, you're going to hear that a lot here. Like, I have so many beautiful things. I can't work them all. That's why I want to stitch all the things. I want to stitch all the things at the same time. But I'm glad I can't, because then it would cost way too much money to keep my pattern stocked. Anyway, here's where it is now. Like I said, I got 206 added. So this is where I was working on. This was number 28 on the Springo board, and it was also number 18 on the Springo board. So it was really cool because it was 2 days in a row. It is also called, if you cover up your notes, Katie, it is also called for today. So I get to work on it again. So it's really, really beautiful. And I have that, this is day 16 and day 17 on this one. So it really is going pretty fast if I would just work on it more. I did that Saturday after the number was announced so that Sunday I could focus on the Bird Sow by Lola Crow. Here is what it looks like now. We got the frame for the aviary, and there's also a barn owl and another, it's a Dracula parrot. He's perched on the right hand side. If you look really close, you can see him. We have 6 weeks to do this. The next part comes out, I've lost everything, in May. And I'm really, really hoping that I can stay up to date and get this done. Someone said on the Facebook group for Lola Crow that it was 1,000 stitches a week to get it finished in the 6 weeks. Looking at that, the frame or the picture that we got, I really can't believe it's that many stitches, but we'll see. On Sunday, I got, wow, I didn't even write it down. Hang on a minute. Okay, I forgot to update my notes last night before going to bed. I got 600. Wow. This is 36 count sandbar from Bestitch Me. That was the suggested fabric. Mine is not modeled very much. Like some of them, like the linen that she had posted. But I really like it because I really think the stitching now can be the focus, which for my first Lola Crow, I'm fine with that. It is amazing to see on the Lola Crow board the fabrics that some people have chose. They're just amazing. And this is where I've got, I started at the middle at the top, and I heard the new releases are going to start at the middle on the bottom. So hopefully I can get that in so that I can start when they release. The owl is going to be right here, and on the other side will be the parrot. So, and the collars are just amazing. I just absolutely love them. So that's where I am right now, and I'm going to keep working on this one. So let's see, that was all of my stitching, so I might as well talk about plans. Today, like I said, was number 21 was called, which for me is in the P column on the Springo board, so I get to pull back out Forever in Peace. And then I've decided to finish the aviary. I'm going to work on the bird sow for 2 days, and then I'll put it away for 2 days and work on something else, and then get it back out and hopefully get it done. I don't want to burn myself out, work on only it, but I also don't want to work on my other, don't want to forget to work on my other pieces. So I've got to put it down, or I won't work on anything else. So that's the plans. Jeremiah's spin has not come up yet. That was Puntini. This is what it's going to look like. I'm working on spring since it's spring here in Indiana. But I figured since he's always so highly requested, I will have Jeremiah do another spin too. Okay, on the weeks where I don't have Jeremiah do a spin, people always are like, what? He didn't do a spin. So
Oh.
That for anybody new, that's Jeremiah.
Hi.
Hi to anybody new.
Hi.
So we're going to spin the Tiny Decision app to see what could possibly get work done this week.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Colorful eagle.
Yeah, that's from
Ooh.
Kitty and Me. It's another one of my patriotic pieces.
Yay.
So I guess while you're here, you can Vanna White for me.
Oh, okay.
That is all of my stitching. Oh, I have one little thing I'll haul, and it's little, so we'll see. When I was at the stitching retreat, now you just get to stand there.
That's okay.
Or you want to go away and then come back?
No.
When I was at the stitching retreat, I had a thread stuck in my fabric, and Cindy said, "Do you have a Snag Nab It?" And I'm like, "Are you cussing at me?" So when I got home, I ordered some Snag Nab Its on Amazon. If you have not heard of this, I'm going to hit you in the head.
What?
It is a little, it's not going to show up. It is a needle on one end with a like whirligig on the other end. And so you pull it through your fabric, and this part catches like the fluff that's left over when you have to frog. And so it snagged it and pulled it through. And I said, I've never seen one of those. Mm-hmm. So the other stitchers was talking about how, oh, I have one. I keep one in every project bag. And I said, okay, I definitely need one of those. Mm-hmm. So it was like a 15 set for like $5. And one of the ladies standing behind me said, oh my gosh, make sure to get those because that's a really good price. So I did. So now I own my own Snag Nab Its. Okay, on Saturday, I guess first we have to talk about Shipshewana. Shipshewana is a large flea market in northern Indiana. My mom loved flea markets. Yeah. We have always traveled. Sometimes we would even go like 2 hours out of the way to go to a flea market. You just never know what you're going to find. Yeah. And she would talk about her dream when she was in college. Everybody was, well, what kind of job do you want to have after college? And I want to own my own business. And she'd say, I really want a booth at Shipshewana Flea Market. Mm-hmm. And they would just look at her and go, what? Mm-hmm. Like, you're getting a business degree to open your own booth? And she did. She had a blast. She sold there 17 years, and it was just amazing. Yeah. So anyway, we have continued the love for flea markets because you really do never know what you're going to find. So Shipshewana is only open from May to October in northern Indiana. And so they do, in the winter months, they do something called Shipshewana on the road, and they go to different buildings, and you can see some of the vendors. They also get vendors that are only set up at the Shipshewana on the road. So you never know. Mm-hmm. So this is us all loaded up, ready to go. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a picture between us. I think you have to go like a lot lower. Okay. And we was ready to go. Where is my tablet? Oh. Wow. Nothing. Behind the scenes, trust me. Anyway, that was us loaded up, ready to go. I figured I'd share some things that we got while we was there, and Jeremiah can Vanna White other stuff. There's no picture yet. Well, but now you just look like a dork for no reason. It's okay.
I look like a dork normally.
Well, that's true. Okay, so the first thing we got is a table full of yummy things. Still way too high. A veteran was selling these barbecue sauces, and you're gonna get fired. You're gonna get fired. Now we have a vote. Who wants to fire Jeremiah? No, I'll get fired long before you. Anyway, he had some different barbecue sauces, and you could taste them. One of them, he said he used to make Sloppy Joe, and it tasted amazing.
They were all amazing.
Yeah. So we got a jar of the normal and a jar of the Sloppy Joe. There was a dill pickle guy, and he had different containers of pickles you could try. We got a garlic and just a normal dill, and they were amazing. The metal thing you see in the picture is really cool. It's a crock pot lid holder. Mm-hmm. So we had joked about like, okay, serious, we don't need one of those. And then when we do our crock pot and the water gets everywhere, we all said, okay, serious, when we go back, we're gonna get one. I think it was like $20. The guy selling them had invented them, and it hooks on the side of your crock pot so that your water doesn't go everywhere. And the other thing is a hand scrub. I do not like hand lotion at all. And the guy was talking about how it helps with your cracked skin. And I was like, yeah, right. And I tried it and I could not believe it did not feel like lotion at all. So I got a container for all three of us to try. Because my husband's skin cracks horrible.
Yeah. Once again for that photo. Oh.
You already did the at the beginning. Next photo is two antlers. They are dog chewies. I think these were both elk antlers, and they cut them so that the inside is all bone marrow.
Actually.
Are you going to show them how you can chew on it?
There it is.
It's
I
actively been chewed on.
Just found it on the floor. It's actively been chewed on.
Yep.
He chewed on it right when we got home.
Of course. I found two really cool notebooks that someone had stickered all over. I think your face is right where the image goes. And I was like, why have I never thought of that? So, of course, I had to get those. And then I am a t-shirt maniac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
we both are.
Yeah. The family that sell these shirts are a really great family that my mom loved dearly. We need a little annoying level so that, yeah. I have to put up with this all. You guys only have to put up with this for the duration of the videos. He's like this 24 hours a day, 300 days a week.
It's true.
Anyway.
It is true.
They buy white t-shirts and... If I pause it, you'll all think that I threw him outside.
Every time you point, I'm going to go, oh.
Okay, no more pointing. Oh. Okay, so I'm sexy and I Gnome It. A Patriotic shirt. Did I get to finish when you interrupted me? There are white t-shirts that they speckle paint on. When they first started, they used a toothbrush. I don't know how they do it now because that's all they sell, and it's really, really cool. And it's neat because you can recognize them when someone else is wearing them. And one of the ladies came out at retreat one year, and I said, I know where you got your shirt. And she's like, what? And she had got them from the same family.
Yeah, they're really good people.
Yeah. Then I got Be Yourself. I've forgotten pointed. Be Yourself. And my dog stole my heart. Because he's actually not up there today. He's even sick right of you. I know, but he's sick of you. So
yeah, but he's right there. I can see him.
You want to talk about this picture?
Oh, yeah. And we got beef sticks from I don't know what company it was.
I think there's 3 different companies.
Anyway, they're all fantastic. We've got from them before. The pictures right here.
The real long one has garlic flavor, and you love it.
Oh yeah, the garlic flavor is awesome.
And also the circle thing is a mint chocolate fudge.
Oh,
and
so
it was
good.
the guy was an older guy, and he said his wife won't stop making it. And he's diabetic, so he keeps telling everybody, and he kept saying it loudly at the show that she's trying to kill him. And we've had some, and it's very very good. So she might be really trying to kill him. And then we got, how do you explain? Okay, everybody's probably heard of Scentsy. So wax melts is what probably mature people call them. I would call but we call them stinks.
Yeah, stinky stinks. Yeah.
So when we're
stinks that smell good.
Yes, we were in public
and called them stinky.
We saw these 2 booths, and I said, "Oh, I remember those. They stink really good." And everybody around us was just like, "What?" Yeah. So we got them. They're long lasting, and they're a lot stronger than Scentsy smells. So, and the ones with the candle on them are manly smells. So we got like, what is it?
One of them was like garage oil.
Dad's Garage. Yeah. And cedar wood. And so Fred got to pick those out because they smell good.
Yeah. Yeah. popping picture in here.
The picture was already there.
Well.
Okay. Now we have some stuff that he gets to like ooh, not like ooh, like he's been doing, but he gets to. I'm so sorry. I'll try to fire him.
Well, I forgot where this goes.
Right there. Okay, we got this awesome wooden cardinal. Are you gonna awe every?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're fired.
It's part of it at this point.
It's 3D layered, so they paint each layer and put it together. They had a lot of different ones. Jeremiah picked out the cardinal because that's Indiana's state bird. Mm-hmm. So very, very cool.
Well, at least we'll pretend that I knew that. I think I knew that.
Oh, well, I asked you, did you want the cardinal?
I actually knew that.
Well, you tried to be. Yeah, you tried to be. Yeah. I already told you I like gnomes, so we had to get this little gnome. He's a coffee gnome. I love his little coffee cup and the little coffee beans. Just adorable. And he's got a red beard to match somebody's.
Is perfect. Well, I don't have a
red hair.
I don't have a beard.
You do have a red.
I have a little bit of a scruff and a little bit of scruff on the side, but I don't have a beard.
Okay.
I've tried, but
wait till you see this. There was a whole booth of crocheted. Actually, I think there was 2 booths of crocheted stuff. So we had to get this.
It's Spike.
It's a black and tan. She said it was the first one that she made of this. It's just so cute, so well done, and squishy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's squishy.
From the other crocheted booth, we had to get a. What is it?
What is it?
It's a.
Does anybody know?
Turn it. It's a
zombie.
Zombie. Oh. A zombie.
Get it? Zombie.
Oh my. Okay. No, other one. Then.
These are cool.
Jeremiah got cool.
So in the winter, my hands get cold.
Or in July.
Or, yeah. Sometimes even in the summer. For some reason. Don't really know why.
Fingerless glove.
It's like a fingerless glove
thing. Because the most important...
I can still play video games.
You can still play video games.
That's the important part.
So a guy was making these, which was kind of cool. And then he also had something that Jeremiah picked out.
Oh, yeah. This is cool. It's a 20-sided? Yeah, yes. 20-sided. 20-sided Dungeons and Dragons D&D dice inside there. It's made with a resin. And if you can tell, this was a little hard to get on camera. It's a skull. Turn it sideways.
There you go. Yeah. And the dice is inside of it.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
I just thought that was really neat.
Yeah. He had a whole bunch of them. He had a whole bunch made out of coffee grinds.
Yeah. Dude was super creative.
Yeah. And he cut up his bills and shredded them and put his bills in some of them. So he said he was using his bills to make money.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I forgot that. Oh. Okay.
Oh my.
The people expect it now.
Oh, you expect it now. Something that we've seen change just in the last few years is the amount of booths that are 3D printed. So everything in their booth is something that they've 3D printed, which I've heard if you own a 3D printer and want to make stuff, you basically have to have it running every second of every day. So we couldn't pass this up. We got a little possum.
It's a little possum.
And it's all jointed so it moves.
If I do this, I'm worried it's going to fall.
It shouldn't. It's so cute. It's a little possum. It's just basically going to sit on a shelf. I just realized your video is making noise. But it's okay. So it is so cute. They had big stuff and all kinds of little stuff. There was big tubs full of little teeny tiny things, and kids was just stuck in them. It's okay. It's not bothering any. He left anyway. If you ever hear the in the background. A friend of mine said that they blamed Spike because they thought it was his nails.
It's not. It's my fault.
It's Jeremiah's fault. he's clicking the controller. Okay, let's see if we can show these. This lady was selling ink pens, and she had, and I don't know what they are. They're little like rubber things.
I think it's an eraser.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, looking at it, I think it's an eraser.
And it's on the end and like a bead.
Yeah.
And this one says, "I wish everything was as easy as getting fat." Don't we all? I figured these would be really, really cool to have at retreat.
Oh.
This one says, "No."
We're gonna do them individually.
I know. This one says, "No, I don't think before I speak. That would ruin the surprise for both of us."
It does.
Yeah.
It ruins the surprise for both of us.
This one says, "I don't take orders. I barely take suggestions." Yeah.
Again, also true.
One mental breakdown later. And you never realize what you have until it's gone with toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So those will be really fun to have in my retreat bag. And who knows. Then...
because we forgot. Anyway.
Oh, I wanted to show the dog, the dog crochet thing. Go ahead.
This thing.
It was made by EMC Sunshine Crafts on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to see the other stuff that she has, just in case, to spread the love. Then there was a lady selling magnets, and I told her about needle minders, and she did not believe me. I said, "Trust me, I've seen people pay a lot of money for needle minders."
Mm-hmm.
So these were, I think this one, it was just like $5, and this one was $3. I got Dog Mom, of course, and this one says, "I'm a good mom, I just cuss a lot." At the 3D printed booth, I also got a little magnet frog, which is too cute because it jiggles. Mm-hmm. So I will use them as paper pattern holders for my magnet board. You know, I think I'm really done with you, but you want to stay there anyway?
Okay.
Okay. I was looking for... You're just standing there smiling. He's always happy.
Pretty much.
When I was at the retreat, I used a project bag, and I would flip it over, and I'd use it because not only at retreat, you could say things right for me. Say things in the right order.
What are you trying to say?
That I use it at home, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I use at home too because I have a plastic table, and I would go to move my magnet. Yeah. I would go to move my magnet and throw my magnet board across the room. And Jeremy would go, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Okay, we both know the answer to that question." So I realized that the project mats, number one, are really expensive, and number two, I don't want to get my sewing machine out and make one. Mm-hmm. So I used a project bag flipped over.
Yeah.
When I was at the sale, a lady was selling these, which is a casserole dish mat. And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's exactly," actually it's a little bit bigger. It's the same, as what I was planning on making. So I told her, "This is perfect. You didn't know that I needed it." So I got this one. And I got sea turtles. And Jeremiah made me get the pirates.
Just because pirates are cool.
Yeah, we like pirates. Mm-hmm. So those was absolutely perfect. And I said, wow, now I can finally use my project envelope. Mm-hmm. So these, will just be perfect.
Mm-hmm. And she used one last night, and it worked.
I used my other one.
Yeah, but you still used one.
So I was all excited about these, and I was like, yay, life's complete. And then I went down another row, and a lady made a glass oven cover. Ready? Yeah, hold up the other end. Oh, it's huge.
It is.
The awesome thing is, I was standing there, and I said, "Wait a minute, is that not the size of my table that I use?" It is exactly the size of my table. Mm-hmm. And it's padded, so the whole table is covered.
And it somehow gave Mom more space. Yeah. I don't really know how.
I got home not last night. I set it up Saturday night.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. And I said, wait, why is my table bigger?
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It hangs over a little bit, but it's absolutely perfect. And now everything, it just fits in.
Which, by the way, is the table that you guys are now sitting on.
Yeah, you guys are sitting on.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that's there.
Yeah.
It's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to be a long video because we had a lot to talk about.
Somehow, in 1 week, we had 2 weeks worth of stuff.
So what's your favorite part of going to that kind of thing?
Oh, the ships on the road. I think it's amazing to see what people have made. The creativity is amazing. I mean, there's people at that thing more creative than I will probably ever be. It's
amazing because we've went so many years. You never know what's going to be there.
Yeah.
So when the first year when there was 3D printed, the 3D printing had just gotten really popular, and I set a whole booth of 3D printed stuff, and you see them making money, and so it's so neat to me that a hobby can become your happiness and a life.
Yeah.
Your grandma, my mom, loved doing it, and for years she had so many wonderful stories of selling her stuff. It started for her as a miniature. Her business name was Jody's Mini Dreams, MINI, and she sold a lot of dollhouse stuff. She created stuff that she made. It was just fascinating. She would tell me an idea and I'd go, oh wow, and it'd sell. Do you remember the gazing balls that was real popular, and like every house had one in their landscape? She used a candlestick that was like this big and put a marble on top, and we stone painted the candlestick, and the marble would be different colors, and it was a miniature dollhouse gazing ball. And we would sell them for $1, and she sold thousands and thousands of them, and it was just amazing to see the stuff that she would come up with.
It was always fun to come up with ideas for her business. Yeah.
And one of Jeremiah's baby pictures, she was babysitting him, and she had him sanding stuff, and I said
I was really into it in that picture too.
I said I think that's like
maybe we
against
can see if we can find it. We'll pop it in the video.
No, we aren't that lucky. Oh. That's a long time ago, because
that's true. Yeah.
Somebody's old.
Yeah. Yeah. The older I get, the more I feel it.
So anyway,
27 this year.
I know. We're coming up.
We aren't talking about it.
Yeah, it's the age we won't talk about. I think we stopped talking about it at 19.
I think we did too.
Now we're both rambling. Yeah, they want to go.
Okay, go ahead.
They want to go on to another Flosstube.
And your video.
Okay. All right.
Or everything.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
I'm pretty sure that's everything on the notes.
That's everything.
Yeah. We talked about plans. You spun. Did we write down what you spun? Oh, hey. You've got to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And we almost actually forgot this.
No, we didn't forget. It's wrote right there.
That's true. Yeah, it is actually wrote right there.
Okay.
Tag Adelaide. You're it. Adelaide, by the way.
Wow. Sorry, Adelaide. You had to wait totally to the... Hopefully you didn't shut it off and realize we didn't talk about you. Yeah. We did. It's just at the end.
You're in there.
What did you spend?
I knew it until you asked me. Did you write it down?
No.
You didn't write it down?
No, I didn't write it down. They're screaming. They have better memory than we do.
We're going to have to watch this back.
I know. Colorful Eagle.
Hey.
Okay.
I didn't know it saves it.
I didn't know.
Cool.
I cheated.
Yeah, we cheated.
Okay.
We're a little scatterbrained.
You are a little...
Both of us are.
I'm perfect, and he is the reason why it looks like I'm scatterbrained.
I'll take the blame for that.
Okay. Tell them go on to their next...
Yeah. Well, did you...
Go ahead.
End the video.
No, tell them...
It your way.
You... How do I end it?
What? How do you not know how to end your own video?
Go on to the next Flosstube.
Stitch all the things.
Stitch all the things. Love yourself, and hopefully you can find as many reasons as we can to smile.
See how random we are.
Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you Monday.
Bye.
Bye.